Hello friends, today I'll discuss about the interfaces in TypeScript. In this part 1, I'll introduce about the basic of interfaces and also one of the different concept of function types I'll cover in this part of video tutorial. So first let me define a simple method of get employee details. Here I just printed a simple strings and try to call get employee details. So you can see on the browser, hello Mr. Employee is being displayed, but there is no input type or there is no return type. So let us add employee ID which is of type number as an input parameter. And if you notice, we pass the 1, 2, 3, so that validation is being done by TypeScript, the compiler matching. And but if you see on the right hand side, there is no type signature is missing, is specified. So it is only for the TypeScript in the left hand side only. Okay. So now if you want to add another input parameter, for example location, we can add as well. So also we define another type of employee request. Inside that we have two parameters, employee ID and location. And let us construct that object with parameter 1, 2, 3 and USA in the location, and we try to pass. So we can see that there is a slight error of employee ID. If you have to use employee request.employee ID, that will be resolved. You can see in that screen that employee ID is being displayed. Here if you notice, the employee request, the data, employee ID, the location should exactly match with the type we specified in the input parameter. Okay, so then only it will pass, otherwise will prompt any error. So there is a other way to define a interface. We can have interface with the name employee request. This time E start with capital. Here I define employee ID as a number and location as a string. This is a different way to represent the same thing. And if you notice over here, in the input parameter, I have given the employee request, which is our custom type defined by us. Okay, so we can define the parameter in one place in an interface, and we can reuse the same type across our program. So which makes easy to maintain the code in the longer term. And if you try to get rid of location and only try to pass employee ID, then it will throw an error because the location is missing. In this example, location is mandatory. But for example, if we need to make this location as optional, then we can use a question mark, and the question mark signifies for the optional. So see the error gone, even though we do not specify the location in this place. Now let's discuss about a different type of interface, that is a function type. In this function type, we define the signature of a function. In our example, we created a weather function, and if you see, we use two parameters, country and city, both are string, separated by colon number. That means it takes country and city as the input parameter, and it whenever the signature, it needs to exactly match with that, and return type should be the number. But if you see on the right hand side, the signature declaration was not being displayed, because this is purely an TypeScript concept. Okay, so we define then a variable of get weather. This is a function type of variable. The type of it is weather function, and in the below line we define get weather is equal to function, and we pass both the parameter country as well as city. Here if you notice, we are giving the type of string in both the places after column, and we are using some inner HTML and printing the country and city. So you can see on the browser once we try to call. Okay, here we pass the India and Mumbai, so you can display in the country India and Mumbai. But in this case, if you see this string type, we mention in the signature again, but which is already mentioned in the interface label. So this is redundant. So this can be an optional. We can get rid of this string type in the function declaration. We don't need to mention again, because this is already mentioned in the weather function interface. Okay. Also, the name in the function declaration not necessarily to meet with country and city. So this we can give any variable. For the example type, I have used C1 and C2. So there is no problem can be noticed over there. Okay, so I'll cover more of the concept of interface in subsequent lesson. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day ahead. Bye-bye.